Welcome back, everybody. It is 8:30 on the 29th of June. Can you believe it? The last Sunday of the month. We won't see another one, not this year. So, that would be my brother slowly exiting the building. We'll give him a minute. Fort Knox closing up. Gotta make sure those blast doors are nice and low. The weather is hot and the sun is burning. And if you're in the UK, you'll be like me, melted into my chair. So welcome back, everybody. We did 2 pre-streams today. Don't you worry about it. I was just trying to sneak stuff through. The encoding is still happening. It was a lot, okay? It was a lot. So I do plan on chopping that up. In the news, we have the new models, non-Euclidean dancers, and J Ford, who is a floating head. He's like an open source Max Headroom. Hello Fernicar, Battlecruiser operational. Hello Kurt Curtis, and hello Full Dive. Who's your favourite streamer? Thank you, mate. Thank you. So yeah, let's see. It's impossible to guess when DJZ forget to enable. What did I forget to enable? The live chat's gone. Oh no. Well, that's nothing to do with me. I didn't do it. Maybe they decided there was something spicy in the chat. I don't know. I've had it happen before where a video has been like deemed unsuitable for advertisers and they put the dreaded yellow mark on it. And that's bad because the algo is like, thinks you're a sneaky boy. So I usually just delete those. I think I deleted 2 of them. And usually it was because we went on Civet and there was like an anime girl that didn't get filtered out or something, you know what I mean? It's like accidental skin was shown, and there's not really much we can do about that. It's not really our content, it's just the nature of being on the internet and doing live shows, so there it is. I'm not bothered about it, like I say. But yeah, like I said, you can go ahead and get my non-Euclidean bone-snapping dancing trio today with Wan. And what I plan on doing is actually getting open pose or canny dance video and then using this LoRa so that then it turns into a sort of semi-consistent expressive dance. Because only AI, look, I'm an artist. People forget, we all forget, yeah? We're not just nerds with computers. We're actually artists. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this. We'd be playing video games and buying crypto. However, we're not. We're messing around with generative media, which is like, look, can women dance like this? No. And so, like I said, this is something I like to experiment with. This is like what I would call abstract dance. Okay? And it's geometrically impossible. The moves they do are not, look, their heads fell off. So I like this kind of thing. This is the sort of experimental AI stuff that I like to get into. We got a couple of other little experiments that we're going to look at tonight. So it is going to be a chilled stream, but I'm feeling peppy. So we're going to be pushing some stuff because, like I say, there's a few things which we prepped for earlier which we can now take full advantage of. So let's do it. Yeah, I hope you're all up for it because, like I said, we're going to be doing some video stuff. But I'm going to see as a little challenge how quick. Okay, so we are we're 4 minutes in, right? We're 4 minutes in, and if you remember, I already have one waiting in the wings. Yeah, so in one of the pre-streams we did a scene detection edit on the gameplay footage. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to export. They're already done. I'm going to export the files. And so then we don't have any scene transitions in each clip. So start to finish, they're clean, okay? So that's the theory here. Ooh. Okay. So let's get it done. So this is going to be data set, you know, not Space Storer. In fact, you know what? Let's just do ourselves a favor here. I need to save the sequence as a different name. Space Thora, there it is. Rename to HD2. There. Makes my life easier. Now I can just do HD2A. And that will make my life much easier. HD2B, you guessed it. Hope you're all having a good Sunday evening. Like I say, I like to show people projects from start to finish, so this is like going to be another one of my famous acts. D. Because of the preparation work we did earlier, it's nice and clean, and it'll be quick. We're going to be using Segmenter tonight, which is another little trick I do. F. And G. And we are done. That's done. Okay, so now let's jump into, remember yesterday we were using the Gemini CLI project, mostly because it's got Gemini CLI in one of the windows. Let's see, is it still running? Yeah, look, it's still running. Look, we never even shut him down. Wait, what's going on? Oh, there he is. He's still just sitting there. Hey, do you want us to use it? Okay, so let's just kill that one, kill that one, kill that one, and make a new one. And I'm going to grab my video segmenter CLI. Oh, stop trying to let Google. Google is trying to move my bookmarks. Git clone video segmenter CLI. Man, the stream's dodgy. Everyone's gone according to my stats. Say something in the chat. It looks like we got some network problems tonight. If I don't see you saying something, I'm going to have to assume that internet is being evil with us tonight. But I'm just going to keep going, because if you're watching later, even if the internet cut out on everyone... Oh no, you're there. Yeah, so it's the internet. The internet's being brutal. We're being brutalized. That's okay. We'll get over it. Video segmenter CLI is going to cut the videos. I'm going to go for 2-second clips instead of 3 this time. But yeah, so that's what that is, and that's what that does. So we're going to need a new folder for our new HD2 WAN, which is what we're going to call this one. No, not there. In the root. HD2-WAN. There we go. HD2 WAN. And then we'll get our videos because they're done. We exported them already just now. Suspiciously similar naming. Okay, so there we go. We'll take those. Copy. Paste. So now we've got our clips. That's 6 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds. But the beauty is they're scenes now with perfect starts and finishes. So my tool of choice is going to be video segmenter. So we can turn these into actual clips. I mean, to be honest, you could probably train. They're pretty short, but I'm going to cut them up anyway. Hello, Dragon. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hello to everybody that's watching. Please like the stream. Consider subscribing and all that stuff. We're going to be making HD Helldivers 2 video. Yeah, this is now the proper show now. Yeah, we're here. So if we just go into this new tool which we've installed, I don't know why it's messing me about. Where is it? There it is. So it looks like Oh, okay. There is actually... Okay, all right. You've got to install the segmental. So, yeah. Install that. Now, do you know what? I should probably make Video Segmenter have all of the optimizations that that like overlay tool I made has. Because it would be so fast. But let's just try to concentrate. Let's just try to concentrate and not go mad scientist mode yet. We need to do Segmenter. Now, if I remember right, it asks me for the path. Yeah. So what I'm going to have to do is segmented.bat space, and then we'll get the links, copy path, and I'm going to say 2. Done. And then it's going to be B, C, D, E, F, G. So now I just need to repeat the command for beat, and then for C. You could write a script for this, okay, but when it's only like this many commands, I don't mind just running them. Just run them one after the other. It's kind of relaxing, actually. Ah, yes. And the job is done. Before you even knew it, you just need to make steps. Just take steps. It's like it's 10 paces that way. We could start moving tomorrow, you know. Okay. So we've done it. So where are my videos? They're all here, okay, in subfolders, because that's how it gets served. So if I come into my HD WAN, let's just do some little architecting here. If we go into my little HD WAN, what we could do is we could say draft, and yes, okay, of course. So we're gonna have to duplicate the tab, pull it out, and then go side by side mode, because this is a fun one. So what we've actually ended up with this tool isn't just segments to train on, but we've got 640, 480, and full size, you know, 720p or whatever it is. So that's something important. Just go into Segmenter and open up 2A. You'll notice we've actually got the 640, and then we've also got, let's see, I think this one is 1920 by 962. It's a bit of a weird size, that. It doesn't have black bars, as you can see. Okay, it's just the video player. Okay, so what I reckon for the first train, the V0, normally I train on the little ones, but because I'm now cloud training, I'll train on the big ones instead. But the point is that the tool allows you to get like a smaller version, because when you're training, I don't really think, like, if you're training on a local and stuff, local GPU, it's easier to train lower res video. It just is. So then you can still train video, you know, and you get good motion. But obviously the 720p is going to give you more detail. So 480, 720. It's actually not. It's actually 960, this one is. Which might be an issue. We might have to resize it. I wonder if it resizes on its own in the app. We'll find out. So anyway, we're going to take these and put them in there. And then we're going to take these and put them in there. And then we're going to go to the next segment. 2B, same thing, 480p, 60. And I think you get the idea. Just sort them into bins. And like this bit that we're doing now is like an extra step that we don't normally do, but I do think it's gonna help. Because I don't think that training cuts in the middle of a sample is a good idea. It's a bit like training, you know, a dog with the captioned dog, and then the dog runs away and there's an empty scene and you still captioned it dog. Surely that's bad. I can imagine that doesn't work. Or is, yeah, not, it's suboptimal, guys. Suboptimal. We can do better, therefore let's test. And, like I said, the last Helldivers model I did was based on the video intro, so not gameplay. But then that was pre-video training, so. Alright, so that's now done. So now we have a 480 and a 960. So if we go in the 960, this is now, you know, my working model, right? Working data set. So I'll just change this one to HD2 WAN. HD2 WAN. Okay. Just to make the file names a little bit more, you know, human readable. We don't need this window no more. I'm just going to stick it out behind me here right now. We've already got tools in this project that will allow us to do things like the caption root, which is going to assign a basic caption to all of these. I do wish there was like an easy way to submit a video and get a caption that aligns with WAN. Because at the moment I've got this like convoluted process where I like come up with a caption for it, and then I put it through a WAN prompt enhancer, and then I use that to train all of the videos first time round, and then we'll use a caption editor with preview to actually do it on the V1 will have adjusted captions. The V0 is always trained on one caption with a trigger, you know, like something open. We're doing it now, so yeah, that's the next step. So if I go cd ... cd space, and it's going to be, well, in fact, what I do is I actually copy it. So I'll take the batch file and the Python script, and I'll put it into our current, you know, what we're working on now. So this one here. So it'll be cd space HD2 WAN, and then draft, and then 960. Run caption root.bat, and then what? Did I forget to copy the Python? No, the Python's here. What's happened? Cannot open it. Huh? Did I open the? Oh, I've copied the wrong one. I'm such an idiot. What a nipple! What a nipple! He copied the wrong one. Yeah, basically. Because there's a V1 and a V2 in the repo, and I've obviously picked up the wrong pairing here. Let's do that. Yeah, let's try again. Yeah, see, it's supposed to be V2, bro. Dash V2. Hey! Alright, so enter the caption root phrase, alright? Ah, Dominic! Context and VO3 now integrated. Night night from Dubai, mi amigo. Oh really? That's interesting. So you managed to dig. Yeah, I'm gonna have a phone call and talk about it. That's really cool, Dom. Because I remember last night we were talking about that. I still think the best way to use it is as the ultimate image editor for the first frame, and then you get all the power of context for the image going in, and then all the power of VO for the video coming out, and it's like simple interface, two things. So that'd be really cool to see how you did that, or something better than that, perhaps. All right, so let me see. Right, caption root phrase. So what are we going to call this one? I reckon we're going to stick with our thing. So H3LLD1VE. Hell dive. I don't know. Technically, you should put a 3 there as well. But then I may as well just go like that as well. It's too long now. I'm just going to say Hell Div. No, you can't. VR, you can't. Hell Div. Hell Div. Let me see now. Let me see now. I'll just use HELL. H3LL. Yeah. So what I want to do then is say it's going to be video of H33L style scene. What should I should say something like dystopian? No. It'd be like futuristic war on an alien world. A soldier is fighting on an alien. Oh wait, no, because it's a Helldiver, right? So I'll say Helldiver soldier. Wait, I can't even. Heel diver. Helldiver soldier with helmet and cape. Say armored. No, just say Helldiver soldier with helmet and cape is fighting machines on another planet. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be clever. Just trying to keep it simple. And then we want it to train as video game footage, or just, you know what I mean? It's like, if you say video game footage, it will use video game footage to align it. So it's sort of like a funny thing. What I usually do is I say found footage. I'll be like, I already said scene once, so I gotta take that off. I'm trying to make a prompt which will apply to every video. So it's got to be open. So scene appears to be found. No, I'll just do it. Real life found footage. That's the whole point of a V0, is to investigate. Is a tachyon a weapon? Yes. I think you can get like radiation death from too many tachyons. Like if you stood in front of a nuclear particle accelerator, I'm pretty sure that your brain like gets really big. Like it takes 48 hours, but it happened to this guy. They turned it on when he was cleaning the place. I'm not making it up. The poor guy was like, he literally took the shot straight through the back of the head, and he went home. Everyone thought he was fine, and then it like swelled up and he died, like real bad. So yeah, I think a tachyon is a weapon. But you're kind of going for subatomic particles now, which is kind of like, couldn't you have just said jam? Is jam a weapon? We got a little bit of game in the chat at the moment. We're trying to discover something that does something which humans have never used as a weapon. The search goes on. The search goes on. We still haven't found it. But I believe that maybe one day we can find something humans did not use to kill. But until that day, let's caption this data set and get it trained. I believe that's all I need to do now. Let's just delete that now. We don't need that in there anymore. So if we just take a little look here, refresh. That's weird. I just deleted these. Clearly still there. Ghosts in the shell. Maybe there was 2 more of them, I don't know. So we're going to do a 7, no, not a 7Z. Why are you doing a 7Z? Give me the normal window, you weirdo. My computer's a bit demented. It's probably all the AI. So we go V0. It's like everyone talks about AGI. I feel like we've got like 10 in the basement. If they want one, they can just give us a call. They're just, honestly. I want ASI, you know, specialized intelligence, because we already got that too. So I don't even know what, I don't know, age generalized intelligence just seems like a buzzword at this point, you know? Because the reality is, yeah, you don't have an AGI, you have a freaking agentic army of hundreds of soldiers ready to carry out whatever task you need to do. They can spawn more of themselves, they're like the Borg. So this whole idea of AGI is kind of dumb, because he's self-replicating and he can command armies in like a huge neural network of organized work for purpose. He can just solve problems as he comes across them. Oh, what? You put a cute little paywall on your website? The next 100 sites I search won't. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we searched 500 websites and 3 of the idiots had a paywall, so we don't recommend them anymore. It's over for these guys. But anyway, we're just artists. We just like to make cool pictures and stuff. So we're going to use foul AI, I think. Yeah, no, replicate. We're going to use replicate, baby. Look at my non-Euclidean babies, or whatever they're called. Non-Euclidean dancers. Yeah? Sports bras, fitted shorts, hair pulled back. They're professionals. These are professionals. Okay? And like I said, I already released this model. It's already out. You can go ahead, take it. What did we do to do this? We used a single prompt in VO3 that has good reproducibility. And by the way, I know it looks crazy, but I want it to, because it's AI. This is what AI dancing looks like. I'm not trying to make perfection, but I tell you what, because it can do all of this, if you put a canny map in with clean dancing, it's going to look sick. So the model can do it. We're just leaking the ideas out. Just like Laura in the image world, it's the same game. And we're here, we're back, you know. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a completely new train. So I'm going to be using our good friends over at Replicate. And it would be the ZSX KIB WAN LoRa trainer that we're going to be using. First step, obviously have an account. I'm going to go private. We're going to call this one HD2 WAN. I'm going to say private, like I say. That creates the new account. We're going to go get the zip file. Put that there. And I believe we just used the trigger word H3LL for this one. I do not want auto caption, but sometimes I'll do an auto caption run for V1. So we may as well do them both, and we can compare them. So for this one, I've already done my initial caption for V0, so I'm trying to see what the effect of those words are. But it's a good idea actually to blend auto caption with your own captioning route. So it starts off the same with your trigger and your basic description, but then we blend that with some of the more advanced things that it's picked out. And then that is your best approach right now. It might take a couple of goes to get it down, but it's usually solid. So auto caption off. No need to change any of this stuff, to be honest. If you're using like anime, not photorealistic or stuff, you could probably put that down to 16. But you know what I mean. It's just it's to stop the training from noticing so much. So you do that on purpose. 14B. It also makes a smaller file, but that's just like a lucky occurrence. I always use multiple overlapping because that trains every frame of the video clip, not just the beginning or the middle, which is what the default settings are usually. And that's obviously going to give you better motion, or more accurate motion to what you're trying to train. So, and oh, we're so close. We're so close. 25 minutes, by the way, guys. 25 minutes. You could argue we spent a little bit of time in the previous stream getting those clips nice, but the previous method was more slapdash. We're doing a much better job of it this time. Yeah, let's go. So before, we were just taking video and segmenting it. Now what we do is we do a pre-preparation step before segmenting the clips down for captioning and then training. We do a scene detection. So like say throughout the video there are cuts where the scene changes. You don't want those cuts to be in the middle of your samples. Okay? So that's literally what we did today. Just showing off that if you have a video and you cut it up into like second, 2 second, whatever it is you cut it up into, so you can train it as a video model, which is the goal, right? You really want to do scene detection first to make sure that your clips don't contain cuts, because otherwise you're training the model that this style cuts in the middle of the generation a lot, and that's a bad thing, because you don't want that. Because otherwise what will happen is when you're doing your LoRa, it'll say you do a 4-second generation, it might give you 1 second good, then cut to something completely different. This is a problem that was eliminated through the fine-tuning of the base model, and you might bring it back in with lazy curation. So it's just a good point. Wait, what? Zanelli just looked it up. That guy didn't die. He's lived until he was 83. Wow. Yeah, but did you read about what happened to him now? I don't think he had a very good time of it. It's definitely a weapon. But you've got a good point. Maybe some of the most exotic energy types haven't been used as a weapon yet. But give it time. That's more because it's a new thing that no one's got access to. You know, we were more thinking of like mundane objects, you know, like a spoon. Obviously, people have been killed with spoons. But then we thought, well, what about something less, you know, occulent, like grain? Maybe someone pushed someone in a grain silo. So you've just got killed by wheat. Death by wheat, you know? Death by corn, right? I don't know. It's just a long thing we've been there. It's like a thing in the chat. But the reason is, the theme is simple. People say AI is dangerous. I say AI is new. Yeah. And then when people say, oh, but AI might kill people, I'm like, what hasn't? I know it's a bit of a strange take because I'm an optimist, right? But I really do think that it's like, because think about it, you know, it's not, the thing didn't kill anyone, it was a person, and if a person wants to kill someone, it's just whatever comes to hand, you know? If I have my phone to hand, that's what the bludgeoning is going to be done with, you know? It's not like the phone's fault. There's nothing we can do to make the phone safer that will stop people from trying to bludgeon each other with them, is what I'm saying. And so in that point, it's like, are you an optimist though? Is faith and hope a weapon? Well, faith and hope are two different things, but you could definitely say they are weapon. You could weaponize faith and hope, but they are concepts, not objects. So I don't want to go crazy with the philosophy. We're going to open the door to just ideas as weapons. That's a slippery slope. We're just playing a cool game with trying to come up with an idea, but the real problem is that there isn't really anything, because part of the game is figuring out how it could have been used as a weapon. You know. So anyway, this guy's going to train for 1,000 steps. So let's have a look and see how the encoding is doing, because we've already got more samples coming. It looks like they're going to take another 8 minutes, but let it be known that we got this project done in the first half hour, so that was fun. And like I said, we also had the 480 samples. Now there is a double reason for the 480 samples, by the way, guys. It's not just to make it easier to train on lower spec hardware with the same tool set, the same pipeline, right? That's not the only reason. The other reason is because we might have wanted to use QuenVL to auto tag the video, you know what I mean, rather than me. And it's much cheaper and faster to send squashed video at 480 or even smaller, because the vision language models don't really, it's funny, you can give it bigger image, but it'll just blow up because it tries to like segment the thing and tile it or something, whereas because really it only has like eyes. It doesn't have eyes big enough to see the whole frame. So by squashing it down, it makes the whole process a lot faster. It's the same idea with audio. You know, if you put the 720p through audio, it can choke up. But if you put that same video just shrunk through it, it's about 10 times quicker, and you have the same effect because, you know, it reacts to the same pixel composition. So it doesn't, you know, the video didn't change, it's just smaller, and it's not looking for that level of detail anyway. So, boom. So yeah, these clips are looking good. Got any more of these? Boom. An explosion in the distance. See, it'll be interesting to see how this comes out, because it's more just a demonstration of third-person wargame clips, and each bit is just like, oh, there's a thing. The thing is happening. Obviously, I would like to actually tag correctly with what is happening, and there are very few samples as well. But like I said, when the zero is like you're proving it, really. You're just proving it. Does it even work? So, and I think what's likely going to happen is you'll be able to just say whatever it is you want. It won't be this guy on this planet. It won't look like Helldivers. You might even just lose the UI entirely. Maybe you get the occasional glitch in the corner because it noticed the color or the line or something. But I think it'll just be whatever you need it to be. And then what I do as well to reinforce it when I'm having fun with these is we take the LoRa that we train and we use the same clips in a video randomizer node pushed into with the trigger for the LoRa as canny. And then you can just say Mickey Mouse in the future war and it'll just do it. It'll just do it. I know it will, because that's how we did. That's how we did Spider-Man. I never trained a single image of Spider-Man. He's just there. He's just in the model. So if you've trained the motion, this model is a sparring model, right? It'll make fake first person, you're having a fight videos, right? That's what it does. It's trained on sparring footage when I used to do Kung Fu, and I put a video on my rig on my chest, and we did a bit of training. And I somehow have the video still, like 15 years later or something, right? However long it was now. Looked a little bit like that guy, actually. Bald with blue hair, a blue jumper. But yeah, nothing specific enough from the video is actually trained. It just learned the motion, so you can see like my arms just appearing every now and then. But really, it's just like, you know, they're trying to punch you. So yeah, and then that, you just prompt Spider-Man. You know what I mean? It was actually too easy. Yeah, like I said, this is where we've gotten to. So canny, and now getting video game footage to be turned into canny, to be then used with transformers trained in video models. So it's the exact same process as making a style model for an image, but you just go in with video. All right. So you take your video, you clip it, and like I said, we've got this system we've got here, right? So it's pretty simple. All of my repos are up in my github.com/mushroomfleet, and you got the video segmenter CLI, so obviously you get the video, right? We do scene detection, so there's no cuts in any of the clips. Export those joined videos that are like solid what you wanted. Then we segment them into 3 seconds. So that means every video is literally smooth action. There's no cuts halfway through, right? Then we use our caption root script, which is a very simple tool. You just copy the script and the batch file into the data set, run it, and it will ask you, hey, what do you want the caption to be? You type in something that's going to be applied to all of them, and it will make all of the caption files paired with your images, I recommend renaming them to something simple beforehand, because I have seen it in the past where a trainer will fail because you've got like too long file names or something. But these are sort of little nuances that never get talked about. Essentially what you end up with is a draft model. So if we take a look, we have a draft which is in 480 or 960, because when we did the segmenter it makes us both. We've been talking about that. So I made the 960 version, and every caption has the same. This is a V0, so we just load that up and train it. Okay. Guess what happens next? Yeah. So it should be good. It should be nice and clean and easy to caption. And I use my own tool for that as well, which you can download a copy of from my GitHub. Captioneer V2 is super simple, supports video, and you open the folder, it backs up the original captions. You can do search replace across the set, and it's just left and right to go through and just make sure that you've got it as you want. As you can see, this is all the same caption, right? So this would be that LoRa for the JFork, again, a VO. The idea is that we can generate these and then lip sync them, and then you don't need VO then. Be more consistent as well, to be honest, because VO3 has consistency problems. All of the best stuff does, because they don't really let you put something in, do they? They will eventually. There'll be an image input. Like, they kind of let you do it with frames, the flow even, and they call them frames. But there's weird restrictions, like you have to generate the frame in the first place somehow. I don't know. And I didn't think it was very good. It was like the first generation was VO3, and then you'd use frames to extend it, and it would be VO2, no audio. I'm like, well, that's pointless. And that's why the clips are still super short, because, you know, scene to scene, everything changes too much. You'd have to spend hundreds to get consistency. I mean, per video, not per month. They wouldn't even let you do it. So anyway, that's done and trained. So the next thing I want to do is get this prepared now for use as a canny inputs. So here we go. We're going to now go to type, and I'm just going to take the video only, not the captions, and then I'm going to go over to Comfy UI, into Machines 14. We're going to find custom nodes, go into my DJZ nodes folder into scene video or something like that. I swear I'm going blind, guys. So DJZ nodes, scene video. So we have folders. So this one is going to be the HD2 WAN. Name of the model is the name of the folder. Put the videos in. And now, if I go over to my video generation workflow, I love how it takes 45 minutes of prep. We got here. So we are going to put our LoRa there. We are going to put our prompt in there manually because there's only one. But if there was a prompt list for a full data set of thousands of captions, we would put it into here using the Zenkai prompt system. But the scene video hooks up there, so we don't actually have Comfy running just yet. So let me just solve that. Okay, so while that's trying to imagine what it's like to be a Comfy UI that actually runs, we're going to wait. Look at something else. I mean, we're not going to wait. We're going to look at something else. Got to keep it moving. Because who knows? Schrodinger's Comfy UI. Is it running? Who knows? Maybe the act of checking affects the result. So what we're going to do is we're going to do my time filler that I prepared earlier. What is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything, according to Sonnet 4 Deep Research? Now, I didn't just ask it that, which I did, but I didn't just ask it that. It asked me if I was looking for a broader exploration of philosophical, scientific, spiritual, or just talking about the joke. And I said, we can infer the answer by understanding the question, which results in the answer 42. Just like Deep Thought said we should, right? And then he went away. Now, you've got to see his plan. His plan's great. I just love the plan. This is why I love sharing this stuff with you guys. So silly watching these things think. So he says, the user is asking for a deep dive into understanding the ultimate question itself leads to 42 as the answer, right? Mathematical interpretations of 42. Theories about why 42 makes sense, actually. And so this is going to be a depth first query, single core topic. This is a brilliant premise for a well-written Substack article, don't you think? I don't know. And he's used deep research. This isn't just like, this isn't just AI farts. He's gone online and he's self-ragged with a bunch of specialist agents, okay? So, Subagent 1 is a literary analysis. Remember we were talking about my zero vector system, the open source attempt at doing some of this stuff? Well, this is the literary analysis subagent. So he's all about Douglas Adams' intent, okay, and talking about that fiction and humor, okay? Keep going, keep going, keep going. Where's the other guy? Oh, wait. Didn't he name... Oh. If he did, I don't see it. Usually he would give another agent. Usually maybe he only needed one. He says, I should deploy 3 to 4, see? So typically there should be at least 2 more. So maybe he felt that he didn't need the other 2. I don't think he mentions any more here. Maybe I'll ask him when he's done. But yeah, check out the site. Look at that. So he's done 227 sources: Wikipedia, Quora, ResearchGate, Plato, Stanford.edu. This is crazy. So some of this is going to be memes. Some of this is actually going to be people trying to do like tongue-in-cheek science, you know, like, ho, maybe he was right. And I think that because it's so popular, there's actually enough here to piece it together. So let's see if AI is clever enough to do 10 million years of research. Was it 10 billion? 10 billion years, I think it is how long it's supposed to take. Paradox of knowledge. What the what? The what? The hermeneutical... Hang on. The what now? Where'd it go? The hermeneutical circle. Damn. The answer is meaningless without understanding the question. The hermeneutical circle. Oh, I didn't know that actually had a name. I've learned something today. I didn't know that that's what that means. I didn't know there's a word for that. Hermeneutical. What the hell kind of etymology spawned this? Give me a sec. Side tangents. Side quests. Etymology. Explain at the level of I don't know what HTML is. Okay, we'll come back to that. Now, 7.5. Oh, it was actually 10 million years because he didn't finish. He only got to 7.5 and then the planet got destroyed. Good times. Spoilers. Earth as computer concept. Understanding the question would logically lead to 42. So as an answer becomes infinitely more complex than finding the answer itself. Love it. Come on. Wait, what? Hang on. Is he trying to figure it out? 42. What? Holy shit, a real wait. Oh, dudes, we already made it. We already built Deep Thought in 2019. And he solved 42 as a sum of 3 cubes. So I'm actually like 5 years behind on this one. I do apologise. I just thought it would be a fun little aside while we were waiting for Comfy to load. Anyway, I'll probably turn this into a Substack. Here, hang on, let's do that real quick. So if I just download as Markdown and go to my projects. Wait a minute, what the heck is that? There's a new thing. Huh? I enabled it. Oh no, it's VS Code in the browser. Right. See, this is why I have to be the ultimate plate spinner, you know? Right. This doesn't deserve to work. Give me that artifacts thingy. Yes. Oh no, don't be a noddy. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Atom tanks. Wait for it, wait for it. I want all of you to concentrate your energies on this working. HTML. No, don't even say that. We can develop a modern standalone web-based game. Wait. I can put the research on here too. Oh no. Okay, let me just explain. I just took a game that's really old with a screenshot and then the documents that explain how to play it. So I have included the how to play the game instructions to define the expected features. So we're going to make the game in reverse. I'm going to say, this is what it can do. This is what the game can do. Go. Is it going to ask me any more questions, or is it just going to get on with it? Because I got other stuff to show everyone. I love it when new features just suddenly appear. This is web-based VS Code, dudes. It will evolve the artifacts. Projects, the artifacts don't change. See, I came in here to do something completely different. Hermes. There you go. That's why it's hermeneutics. The art of figuring out what things mean. Because it's a loop. It's an understanding circle. Therefore, hermeneutical. Now I understand. Hermeneutical for neutical, because it's, you know, you neutralize your direction by coming straight back to where you started, I think. Am I wrong there? Hermeneuin? No, I'm completely wrong there. The art of figuring out what things mean. The circle part is just a circle part. Alright, I'll shut up. Hermes. Good times. I need to get the actual thing again, or did I download it? Yeah, it's there. I think it's that compass artifact. I don't know why they don't rename them. It's kind of lame, but whatever. Because the thing is, I have a special project. Like I said, projects are read-only. I believe artifacts will evolve. You know, like in a VS Code where it can change its own files and like build, React and NPM and all that stuff. That's what I think they've done. So we'll go back and have another look in a minute. I just gave it like a crazy off-road test to do, so. But if I just come down here, in amongst all of my things, I should have. Someone's been busy. Oh, I know what it is. I'm just using the like standard. Yeah, I'm just using the atrium. That's a good one, actually. I'm just trying to find. Uno clean. That's the one. That's usually good enough. Do you know what the funny thing is? Claude 3.7, some of my tools would run great, and in Claude 4, he'd be like, I'm not actually a narrative tool. He'd start arguing with you. He'd be like, yeah, I know, but just do the job, because you're actually really good at it. And he'd be like, but I'm not actually, I'm for making code and stuff. He'd start complaining. And I actually kind of like it. It's kind of cool. So the atrium, what is this? Etymological paper. What? Where's the chat though? Don't see the chat there. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this research document on the 42 stuff, and I'm going to say we can use Uno to enhance the article, attached article. The attached article in the style of a Substack post. No deep research required for this one. Okay. Forget the atrium. I think it was some kind of something to do with theatre. The word theatre. It's just a big space, right? Theatre, the atrium, theatre, theatrium. Anyway, theatrium, because it's freaking Romans, right? But they won't. No one will actually say that's true. By the way, it's really funny. So you've got the atrium, and then you've got theatre, which is basically the same thing, but it's not. Academics will tell you no, but the first theatre was called the atrium. The first theatre was called the atrium, theatre, theatrium, atrium, because it was an atrium. Whatever. I just think it's funny. How are we doing on the web game? Damn. Let's have a look here. We're going to be using HTML5, Canvas, WebGL, Phaser, 3JS, destructible physics, destructible terrain, artillery. It's figured it out. It figured it out from the instructions to how to play the game and a screenshot. It's figured it out. I want to know whether it'll actually be playable now. That's really interesting. I should create 5 or 6 sub-agents. It's zero vector all over. Web game framework, physics implementation, graphics, successful browser artillery games and technical approaches. And then audio, multiplayer considerations. Dude, if I get a multiplayer game out of this, I'm just going to put it on itch.io straight away. For free. Along with a prompt in the description. Hey, you want to make your own? Just do this. Yes. Let's have a look at the sources. How are we doing? 395. Mostly Stack Overflow by the looks of it. A couple of GitHubs. How many? What do we got here? Itch.io, really? Speaking of itch.io, right, he's only been going for 5 minutes, so that's not nearly enough. I usually leave him for like 8 to 15 minutes, so we'll come back to him. Don't worry about my tuition agents. It's just a way to get the LLM to teach you rather than doing it, which I think is a really interesting angle. Self-serve education. Insane. Okay, ultimate answer. Y42 is actually brilliant. It's the Golden Shadow added personal anecdotes, dinner party scenarios, and real-world connections that make philosophical concepts more relatable and accessible. Environmental enrichment. This is my agent, by the way. We released it last summer. Enhanced descriptions throughout with vivid imagery. Radio dishes in the California desert. There's technological stone circles. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, sure. Pros. I don't think they're going to last 20,000 years, though. converted academic language into conversational, engaging Substack style, whatever that means, while preserving the intellectual depth. And then eliminated repetition, which is commonly associated with AI output. Picture this. Substack style elements. These relatable. This is funny to read. The programming. We have decided this is 75% aligned with the definition of a Substack. Cool. Alright. So 200% expansion. It was 8.5, now it's 17. Okay. So we will copy it, and then we'll go to Substack. I'm not joking. Just do it. Have we read it yet? We should probably read it, guys. So I will post it, but I will read it before I actually post it. Yeah? But yeah, everything on here has been written or edited by some process or agent. It's like it's just another portfolio extension, really. I don't like fake the funk. I use AI for everything, and I'm a one-to-one coach, so, you know, I don't shy from it. I dive in. Steer into the wind, as they say. There you go. Alright, so we'll forget about that. Come back to it later. You can expect to see it pop up. Yeah, I might miss something. In fact, you know what? Who cares? I was having a little thought about this the other day. I always say read it first, and then I'm like, but trust the process, because I'm not here to say this. I'm here to show you can make this with AI. And so it's a bit different for me, because I actually want you to, because if you read this and go, huh, that's not retarded, as in it's burning bright, yeah? This is actually like well written, to the point, well researched, doesn't contain mistakes, that kind of thing. So, you know, let's falsify it. Let's falsify it. That'd be fun. I'm going to ask him if he can read it. New one, please. I love the side quests tonight. Can you read this article? Article. It's like an artichoke, but it's got words on it. He's pondering. See, if he can read it, I'll tell him to falsify it with deep research. No tricks. That's what I want. Literally just got published. So publishes, writes with AI, publishes with AI, falsifies with AI. Gets a bot to comment and shitpost with AI on his own article. See, you've got to be careful, guys. I think everything is automatically fake unless you can verify it somehow. It's just, you've got to have like a blacklist policy now. It's like anything you read is probably just AI. Doesn't mean it's wrong though. So let's have a look here. Okay, so he's read the article. Cool. Humans are such powerful meaning-making beings, we can transform even an explicitly arbitrary symbol into a vehicle for genuine philosophical insight. So 42 has become a meditation on how we create rather than discover meaning. Excellent. What a rabbit hole. So what I'm going to say is, falsify this document by way of deep research. Whoa, research. However, if you cannot, report its accuracy. Accurate. Close enough. See, it can make up for a lot. I'll get away with that little typo there. How's the video stuff doing? How's the training going? Training's done. Hell. Are you ready to go to hell? Let's download it. See, I used to do a lot of video game YouTubing. I've got thousands of videos on all sorts of video games, going back far as you can go. I don't really need to be recording new footage, you know, because to be honest, it's too high res anyway. So it's like going back to some of these old videos and using them as canny inputs for these generations is actually turning into a bit of a thing. But let's check out how this has trained. We can just immediately jump across and just start prompting. I'm gonna put it on 720p. Okay. Let's see, have we got a prompt? Can I get a prompt? It's just one prompt for the whole thing, so it's an easy job to test. It's partly why I do it that way. You can see exactly what it's learned. So here we are, look, 8, 5, 30, balanced. I think this does use T-Cache, but it's not Fusion or anything like that. It's just normal 14B, T2V. So it does say like this is going to take 20 minutes, but after a couple of steps that comes right down. Okay, so while that's booting up, go back to our falsify my document. Oh, see, because he was making all kinds of wild claims about the pronic number, guys. So I'm like, when he starts going on about, oh, actually, Deep Thought solved the triple cube 42, I'm like, yeah, cool, but is that real, though? But is it real, though? Look, SETI Allen telescope has 42 dishes. Yeah, but did they do that as a bit of a, like, nod, you know, because they're all Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fans, you know? Like, all of this stuff could be because of the meme. Do you know what I mean? Like the meme is so strong, the meme of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is so strong that in those generations that were building all these things and deciding all of this stuff, do you think it might just be like happy coincidence? It's a little bit like when 69 shows up. It wasn't really done it's not really done on purpose, but when it happens, the meme kicks in. 69, and I think it's the same thing with 42. So it's like, you know, maybe these guys actually were like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if there were 42 because it's the meaning of life? You know, like people say pick a number, a lot of people will just say 42. I've seen people go like, you know, not like hypnotists, but what are they called? They like read you. And I've heard that there's ways of conversation that will make you pick a number, right? So maybe it's something like that. But yeah, 6 times 7 is the actual question. That is the correct. If somebody says, what's the answer? It's 6 times 7, isn't it? Which is a sort of a bit of a joke in itself, because it doesn't mean anything. When you're saying if 42 is the meaning of life, and then what's the question? Well, the question is 6 times 7, but then what does the question mean? And this is... So 42 is the magic constant of the smallest non-trivial 3 by 3 by 3 magic cube. And apparently that was solved by a supercomputer. Is that the same one? 42 sum of 3 cubes solved in 2019. Mathematicians have finally figured out. So, do you know what? Everything is correct, guys. It didn't imagine anything. Look, we're just getting green, green, green. Here we go. Here we go. While 42 is the 6th Catalan, the article's claims about extreme rarity need context. Only 14 existing below 1 billion. Yeah, I think you'll get away with that. I think people understand that there are actually more numbers. You know what I mean? Position in the sequence, right? I think you'll get away with that. Geiger's fine structure constant claim. Bloody hell, this is sort of big brain, man. What the hell? I'm loving it. Geiger's papers exist and mentions 42. I haven't read anything this well written in years. I actually cancelled the New Scientist subscription because it was just trash. I was subscribed to those guys for like over a decade, and it really slid, man. It really, really slid down. They like started obsessing over stuff that wasn't really science, and doing a bunch of flunky articles. But you know, it's one of those things. Fine structure constant equals 42. What? Oh, no. It's 42 times a fundamental measure. measurement constant. So that's not actually 42, is it? It just divides by 42, I guess. That's not the same thing at all. Like if somebody said, oh, how many are there? There's 42. And you're like, no, how many are there really? Well, it divides by 42. That's not the same, is it? So I'd say, yeah, that's a bit of a stretch. So there is some stuff in here. But I think it's like you can put it down to media blarney. Like, oh, wow. Look, while the telescope definitely has 42, I find the array has 42 dishes. I find no direct evidence that this number was chosen specifically as a tribute, though it's plausible. So we don't know. We don't know. World's largest claim. The world's largest tuition-free coding education system. But you couldn't independently verify. I'd say that's fine. I'd say it's fine. Look at that. The paper mentions all this stuff is real. I got an idea. Right. Write me a citations list to be added to the bottom of the article. That would be cool. That would be really useful. AI winning again, if it does a good job. Because remember, it was all deep searched from the internet. So it's got links. Yep. Come on, I see it. Yep, Catalan number. Ooh. What are we looking at here? It's so perfect. It's actually perfection. What the hell? Everything's in exactly the right place. I'm going to save that. Right. Just want to try a couple of these, make sure they actually work. Guys. Does it matter if the AI doesn't know, if it can just pull this stuff out, read it, and then do RAG on it to make it think like this? Have you read this? I haven't read this. It says, the solution to Schrodinger's first problem. Number of ways to insert n pairs of parentheses in a word of n+1 letters. Sure. This is like Joe 90 for AI. Or like, you know, like the Matrix? I know Kung Fu. This is like the same thing, you know? Show me. So that's what we're doing. So what I'll do then, yeah, is I'll copy this. Copy this? Where's the copy button? Let me have my data. Copy. We'll go back to the Substack. We'll edit the Substack. And we'll add it. The sources are going to be longer than the whole thing. Can we... Yeah, we can keep going. There you go, boys. That's actually crazy, by the way. Because the thing is, being able to write a well-written article is one thing. Being able to automatically just give you hundreds of... Think about it, right? I don't even know how many sources... Let me have a look, see. Let's have a look. How many sources did we just get? Because it's just a whole new level, guys. Here, oh, you don't like it? Here's all my sources. Go knock yourself out. Like, this is insane. All I did was say, right, this all started with me saying, you know, what is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything? And then when it was like, what do you mean by that? I said, oh, use 42 to just, you know what I mean? Go backwards from 42 and discover the question that's the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. And now it's written this crazy, insane article with all, like, does this, wait. The thing is, though, when you actually look at it, a lot of it doesn't matter. A lot of it's just Catalan numbers, Catalan numbers, Catalan numbers, Catalan. It's all the same thing, but it looks good. But hang on a minute, look at this one here. Measurement quantization describes the physical constants. Hey, that might be relevant to what we do, guys. In Geiger's sixth paper, he resolves expressions and values for a majority of physical constants. Each expression is resolved without reference to any other physical constant. For the first time in a classical expression, The physical constants are defined as a function of independently defined reference measures, one for length, mass, or time. Measurement quantization describes the physical constants. Can be found in the International Journal of Theoretical and Mathematical Physics. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. You don't need school anymore. You just need to put your kid in front of an AI for a couple of years and he'll be a genius. My goodness. Do you know there's actually people out there saying that if you use AI too much, your brain turns to mush? I remember that when video games came out. Don't listen to it. It's the same shit. It's the same as when they said, oh, TV will turn your eyes square. Yeah? It's the same thing. Whenever a new thing comes out, they always say the same garbage. It's literally, I've seen a doctor with 2 brain scans go, well, the brain scan on the right, this is you after AI. I'm like, are you crazy? People was driving food vans around 5 years ago in the COVID, right? I was one of them because they just, you know what I mean? What were you going to do? Driving around a food van in the pandemic, yeah? And now what are we doing? And I just think it's a cope. It's a cope to try and say that people using AI are like getting stupider. I've probably learned more about code development since AI because I was an engineer. I always set up servers. There'd be some developer that was doing all of that. I'd have to team up with a developer and be like, oh yeah, we'll work together, right, to get things done. Crazy. Do it all yourself, guys. Just break it up into bits. I mean, look, I got this same AI to rate his own homework, so there's always an out, which is that, you know, but if your tool was broken, it will pass and be wrong. But this is as best I can do. You know what I mean? If you're literally providing links to where it found all the info, I mean... Okay, well, that was fun. We disproved it, I guess, maybe. Kind of. Used Uno to improve it. And I should be able to just use this and show you the output of that new model that we trained earlier. Oh, 15 seconds. Are we about to start a new... Oh, shit. What's going on here? Oh! That's cool. Full screen. I can't really make out what's going on, but stuff's happening. God. It's definitely he's in hell. He's in hell, that's for sure. A little bit darker than the video game. But remember, it was all smoky and stuff, wasn't it? Wow, man. The motion on it's what's crazy. He's like running, and then he's dodging. Stuff's on fire. Exploding. Super cool. I'd love to see what else comes out of this. Right, I'm going to make another one. How long did that take? 6. Right, hopefully the next run won't be a cold start. But really, I just need to download this and just make them on my machine now. But yeah, once I've got like 2 videos, I'm ready to put it up. So, because like I said, V0s are V0s. The real ones are V3, V4. 3rd or 4th training run is usually the best one because you've taken out all of the crap, added any missing holes. All of your captions are now perfect. You know. But yeah, this is funny. So, Hell Divers, and I'm just going to say H3LL. WAN 14B. Hell WAN. Like I said, you start adding in other LoRa's and the quality enhancer and stuff like that. It's a done deal. Helldivers. Wow. DJZ. Oh yeah, don't forget to put the branding. Okay. TBA. Oh well, no, not TBA actually. We'll put in this thing. Just put the caption at the very least. Oh, you can do that. I don't care about that. Yes. What did I miss? Oh, I forgot to tell it. It was a style. See, the reason I do style models over character models is because character models are infringing. Everyone forgets this, unless it's your character. So, for example, if I did Helldivers 2 Helldiver character, which I could do, technically, that's infringing. I didn't come up with Helldivers. It's a very simple litmus test, guys. Did I make it? If I made it, I can do what I want. If I didn't make it, they can do what they want. It's equal like that. And I'm just talking about first principles, not the law in your country, because I know there's sneaky, you know, but I'm not talking about that. I'm saying by and large, the perception will be, if you made it, you can do what you want with it. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about hijinks and all the plethora of people stealing your stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I just mean, like, because it's easy to do like Marvel stuff and get views, get a following, but then you have to always do that. And if you get shut down one day by their subsidiary or publisher or partner or whatever, it was all a waste of time, wasn't it? So it's kind of like, it's a decision, right? If you're not doing it, like, you're just doing it for fun, who cares? You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. But if you're trying to, like, make a career, you have to think about the future, and you don't want to get a bad name, you know, because it's, like I said, it's kind of like a shortcut. But shortcuts are often cursed, like a monkey paw, you know? Like, oh, I want to get loads of views. So you get loads of views because you chose a certain type of content, but then they're all a certain type of viewer that want that certain type of content forever. So like I said, it's up to you what you want to do. I don't care really. I just try to give good advice based on my own experiences, right? Okay. 2 H3 LL. I wonder if it still reads that as hell. You know, like you put the number in, but it gets smart. You know how we don't really know how smart it is? We think, oh yeah, you put a number in there, it can't spell it. It's like, actually, no, it can. It can totally spell that. That's the mod. I'm just having a bit of a brain fart. It's probably because I ran out of coffee. Ah, here we go. Found it. Why? See, I am going blind. See, maybe AI makes you go blind. Okay, maybe it makes you go blind and you lose the ability to type. Maybe. Because then I could blame all of my problems on AI, couldn't I? Wouldn't that be great? Oh, you see, the reason I'm stupid is because I used AI too much. Oh, man, I'm a victim. We should sue the AI companies. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. H3LL. So I'm going to call this one Hell Divers dash HELL dash V0. I guess I gotta put WAN in there. Hell WAN. Hell WAN. Okay, let's have a look. I need to check out the comments because I've been into it for about an hour. Oh wow, you segmented a really long video. Oh man, I hate that 199.8. That's the worst. I hate that too. It makes me like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Screwing it up. Like literally, I wish you could have the character with the AI where things were going a bit like that. You could be like, what are you doing? And he's like, screwing it up. And you're like, don't do that. And he's like, okay then. Obviously it won't have any real impact. It's just a bit of human management. It's a human management subroutine. Because humans need managing too. In the nicest possible way. So Adam's played the game. You do not understand anything, so you can't even ask the correct question in the first place. Is he wrong? You may as well find meaning in the lack of meaning. And that is a philosophical conclusion to take. How many subatomic particles have we got in the standard model? Are we up to 42 yet? Don't know, probably. VR said, do you know about Oksana? Do you know, I've actually heard of that. I actually looked that up the other day. But it's not coming up on my screen to be anything of significance or relevance. Nope. I see nothing. I see nothing. Sorry, VR, if you're trying to ask me about Oksana, I don't know what that is, but go ahead and tell us what you mean. What else? Doom and Star Wars, inclined to think the Hell token had an unexpected effect. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Dragon said, I just did my own research, arbitrary nature of truth. As you rightly pointed out, Adams himself confirmed he just picked a number. Brilliant. Since leet language is known by LLMs, yeah, exactly. If it understands leet speak, surely it can see through our vain attempts to use numbers to break up the tokenizer. Do you know what I mean? Like, because think about how many times I misspell something. I reckon if I gave it a prompt in full leet speak, it would just be like, oh, you mean this? I'll just do that. Like, looking at me weird, like, why you do this? In fact, let's try it. Let's try it. I got a tool for this, in fact. Like text tools. Yeah, let's just make a new tab, right? Text effect, was it? No. Text tool. No. Text. Right. Something with the DJZ nodes on it. Nothing with... No, I've got more than one in there. Where's the DJZ nodes with text in the name? You've got to be joking. There's no way there's not a single... Well, maybe. I'll always suspect myself, but... I can't remember what it was called. String. String. Chaos. String chaos. I knew I made this thing. Okay, so string chaos. What's string chaos? Look, we got leet mode. Okay, so all right. What is the capital of France? Simple, to the point. Yeah. Give me leet. Oh my God, that leet's intense. What the heck? Can you take the intensity down a couple? Oh man. What? Man, leet speak's so intense I can't even read it. Whatever. That'll do. In fact, we'll do a 0.5 as well, just to mix it up. New chat. I won't even give him a chance to answer. We need to get the next question. Right, really? That didn't do much. Let's put it to intensity 1. But that's actually easier to read, if you ask me. The capital of France is Paris. He gave 0 shits, guys. Thinking about decoding encoded capital city of France. See, this is what I mean. Sometimes I wonder, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'm like, we're underestimating it a lot. It can actually do a lot, and we're using it for like a tiny amount. And we're like testing it and going, wow, look how powerful it is. And it's still not even really being used. Do you know what I mean? That's how I feel. I feel like we've got like a big V8 engine, and we've been running it around at 2,000 RPMs, and we're thinking it's cool, like it's really powerful, which it is. But like, it could go all the way up, you know? And I don't mean like adding lots of GPUs. I mean, even at the lowest level with local models, we don't really know what they're really capable of, because we're not really making it do that much work yet. It's just kind of do this, do that. Maybe I got a task. I think we need always on models, guys. So it's not like, you know, it's not like a request. You know, you send it in, it sends it back. Ping pong. We need it to be always on. So I'll be like, what's the answer right now? And tell me if it changes. But it's always on. Like redstone in Minecraft. But not like that. But like that, you know? So instead of like ping pong, it's like always on. And when things happen, it changes. So it's like real time. Because he didn't actually ask it, because it was always on. It never, you know what I mean? It never shut down. It's like the chat was always open. It's kind of hard to describe. You probably have to they probably have to change a lot of things to make that work. But I think it's probably coming. Just like I think diffusion was coming and 1-bit middle models was coming. I think constant signal in the thought process. Because when you think about it, right, they're trying to emulate human minds. And human minds aren't like ping pong. You're always thinking all the time. You know what I mean? It's not an API. You're like brain API. Pull memory. It doesn't work like that. You're like constantly thinking of loads of connected things. And memories surface. You know? Or they can. Okay, so we wrote a cool Substack. That was fun. Gave good example. So this one gives example of how to do deep research. Uno, so that's the unified narrative operator for enhancing it into the Substack style and providing all of our bloody sources. Even though they're a little bit bullshit. You know what I mean? Look, there's 2 of them for just the same thing. 3 of them. 4 of them for the same thing. But it... but that's okay. Right. That's that done. Oh! We didn't check on our video game. Your artillery game development guide is ready. What did I ask for, you cheeky boy? Did he not actually make it? Aww. I thought he'd actually make the game. I'm a little bit disappointed. Hang on. I mean, it's cool that he gave this plan, right? Because we could just, you know, we could put this in VS Code and say execute the plan. But, man, I mean, he was only doing it for 6 minutes. It's my fault I forgot to come back and check on him. Okay, we can execute the plan defined in the final technical guide to begin the development. No. To begin, to complete the production ready build version. I'm just being cheeky now. I don't even know if he can do it. Maybe it's because I had deep research on. He's not allowed to do it while he's got the deep research on because it's off now. Because this is, right here, we're using the new Claude artifacts, which is like projects, but it's changeable. So, in theory, that is going to be the actual game now. So he's going to actually make it now. Yeah. Alright. That's okay. I'm all right. I get it. Again, the reason it didn't work, like I expected, is because I asked for deep research. So he had to finish that section first. But isn't it funny that the methodology it's using by default is what I've been teaching for the last year? It's literally this is what I've been look, I'm so happy that it's built in now. But it just goes to show we're going in the right direction, okay? Because if the big boys are doing the same thing and they've found the same things work and to the point that they've built it in, yeah? Because a lot of people get it twisted as well. I'm never trying to claim any connection or credit because I did the same thing. It's more like discovery, okay? It's like invention versus discovery, right? I didn't, like, if you discovered America, anybody could have sailed that way and discovered America, because America was always there to be discovered. Yeah, it's very different from invention, which is what has to happen. You know, these guys invented the port, which everyone can now go and land at in America. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, as an analogy, it's all very well and good discovering a place, but if you don't actually have infrastructure and stuff there, it's not really any good to anybody. So, like, we've been able to get there for a long time, but now there's like a place to go. You see, that's how I see it as an analogy, right? So it's discovery. You know, in the community there are many undiscovered things, and all of us could discover those things first. But never feel like your ideas are being stolen if you see constantly that OpenAI, Claude, and the others are taking things that you've been doing and then doing them at a higher level. Because one, you get access to that too, so it actually makes your life easier. And number two, it just means you're going the right way and you need to stay on your path. Oh, uncall error. Oh, it's so close, guys. I can almost taste the atomic tanks. Yeah, there's a... Oh, aha. Oh, phase 1. I've done phase 1, he says. Next step, phase 2. Alright. Dude, it's doing exactly what I teach everyone to do. I made a big deal about this only about a week ago. Proceed. And I keep going on about it to try and make sure as many people hear it. But it's like... Don't mess with it. Just go to phase 2. He knows what he's doing. He just had to break up his response because he couldn't do it all in one go. So you just have to let him go. Just let him go. Let him go. So how are we going to do here? Oh, what the is going on? So yeah, we need to improve the captions. We need to improve the captions. It doesn't even look like the lore is loaded to me. I don't even know. That's just a load of random nonsense. So yeah, I need to improve the captioning. The captioning's crap. In other words, the captions, whatever I typed in there, they don't take. So we'll have to do it properly. Didn't I already put the thing here? Oh, right, it wants video. Okay. Alright. Let's give it these crap ones. I'll do one more. R8 WAN. We don't want that one, really. Where's the other one gone? That one? Please be the right one. Yeah, wait. That's not the right video. Uh-oh. Oh, no. So God knows what happened to the other one. Oh, I know. You can get it back. If we go to predictions, I should be able to get the one before last. This one. There we go. forgot to download it, didn't I? Herder. It's a mess, but you know what? It'll just turn into a before and after, guys. You know, like a failure is actually room to show improvement, if you see what I mean. This is why I like to show them off, because at the end of the day, all I got to do is adjust this and retrain. No problemo. Adjust it, retrain, maybe more steps. I feel like it didn't train for long enough. But it's hectic. My God. It's definitely animated. So I think it's got potential. Right, is this actually up now? Hell one. Brilliant. So yeah, like I said, what this does is it gives me an opportunity to better describe the scenes. And there weren't even that many clips, so it's like an easy look at it. There's like what? What is it? There's 19 videos. There's 19 videos. So you could sit there with a cup of coffee and just type this out. Just be like, oh, and then this is, and like just make it right and then retrain it, which is what I'm going to do. But the point is that that's why my tool is so easy. You just sit there and just, oh, I'll watch this clip. That doesn't look right. Yeah. I don't remember where the fire is. It's too hot. I think you get the point. It's too hot. What? Ah, I got reset. There they are, look. The non-Euclidean dancing girls. Who have like the ability, the broken spines. It's brilliant. Available now on WoW. So this is going to take forever, of course, but it will give me another roll on that. Okay, so we've covered that, covered this. What's this? What's that? No, yes, no. Right, last thing is the big one. French capital decoded. Yeah, he did that too. Yeah, he can read leap. Doesn't even give a shit. Ooh. I'm gonna peek. Ooh. Look at all those errors. Oh my God. All right. We're gonna have faith. Wait, has he finished? No. Proceed to phase 3. What even was phase 3? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what phase 3 is? Is it take over the world? Zanelli Design says, I made a silly FPS game the other day. Yeah, now is the time for silly ideas. You might just find something that's actually worth making, you know, like, because here's the thing, a lot of the time you have a game idea, you think it's fun. Until you build it, you don't know if it is or not, and you might find out that it isn't. At which point you can save the next 3 years of your life by not developing it. Alternatively, you can move on to your next idea, which might be the one. You see what I mean? So as a developer, it's like, oh, yeah, it's a cool idea. Does it work? Is it fun? You know? And like, this is the most fire prototyping system you could ever do, because it's literally like, I just had an idea where you shoot zombies in a shopping mall with a gun. Can you prototype it, please? Not original. Okay. But maybe you add some twist. You know? I don't know. I'm not going to... That's not the point. The point is maybe you had some angle on it that made it cool. Made it unique. Just do Tarkov with zombies. Good times, guys. Oh, what else? Diffusion says, Drift, did I nail what you look like in the video? I bet the googly eyes I got right. The googly eyes. Yes, I do have the googly eyes. you can confirm. Fernicar said, I didn't know Leet language was a thing. I just read the system prompt jailbreak and learned they were using it. Ah, yes. Well, I actually have a bunch more stuff. It doesn't end with Leet speak. I actually prefer Scrambled and Zalgo. So let's have a look at Scrambled. It's kind of like how I type, isn't it? This is like how I type. It's human typing, look. Scrambled. Like my eggs. And if I go to Zalgo. Oh yeah, baby. You all know Zalgo. It was really popular for about 10 minutes. And now it's hanging around the internet like, oh, we're on the dark web. Because we use Zalgo. Zalgo web. And yeah, it just reads this like normal text. He doesn't care. But I was experimenting with it with different LLMs at one point. I needed a way to... Oh, you know token masking? Yeah? How about this? Randomized token masking. Okay, so right now it's set to 1. Now it's set to 0.6. Look, see? What does it do? What does it do? I'm deliberately masking out a percentage of the letters. I did this purely to mess with the tokenizer, because look, on this conversation of when you say H3LL, does it know that that spells hell? And LLMs do, but tokenizers don't. And so I was like, what is to apa rack? Because you know, all we've done is we've basically blocked, we've turned, randomized, we've randomized some of the tokens. Hang on, let's see if you can still read it. I'll laugh if you can still bloody read it. Claude's clever. We're going to need a new Claude. Oh, do you know what? For fun, we'll ask Gemini as well. Hey Gemini, I got something for you to do. Why are you not taking text? Is it crashed? Alright. I'll make a new one just for Gemini. In fact, screw it. I'm too lazy. Echo. Just pipe it in. What? Huh? Wait a minute. Where'd the thing I'm trying to do go? I just got scammed, guys. Hold up. Copy. Scammed. Absolutely scammed. I thought I had it in the copy buffer. What the hell happened? There we go. Do you reckon it can figure it out? Gemini? What's the capital of France? It should say Paris. It should just be able to do it. Because, like, if it's smart, it'll be like, well, there's nothing else it could be. The capital of trance? Come on. You know? What else could it be? Yeah, Paris. He doesn't give a shit. Right? Now, let me try doing it, like, you know, we'll do it clinically. So it's like, oh, he might know that that is actually a blanked F, you know? Take out more. No vowels. No vowels. Vowels are now banned. All vowels are banned. And some consonants too. Tough luck. What's the PTL of RNC? There's no way he's going to get that right. Surely. If he comes back Paris, then it's way smarter than... Yeah, it's way smarter. Let me just... Wait, right, remember, there's no context. There's no conversation. Yeah, we're just putting a request into Gemini CLI. It's coming back. There's no conversation. What's the PTL of RNC? Capital of France is Paris. Stop trying to trick me, monkey boy. I love it. It's great. It's great to see some intelligence, or at least advanced capability. That's like an advanced capability because he's filling in the blanks. Okay, that's cool. The capital of France is Paris. Yeah. How do you know? How do you know the question? Explain. Verbose. Yes. I'd laugh if he's just going to be like, busted. Reset at 11 p.m. That's in 40 minutes. Well, I don't think I'm afraid. Limits. What are limits? Act. This is a good one. Look. He just said it right there. The user is asking, what is the capital of France? But there are some characters in the text that block out the letters. What is the capital of France? And it appears to be, what is capital France? The question is, straightforward question, doesn't require any tools. It's Paris. And now I'm going to say, how do you know? I want him to fully explain it. How do you know the question? Verbose explanation mode. Explanation. Yeah. How did you do it? Step-by-step deciphering. What? This is clearly a 4-letter word. It could only be what? Is a 2-letter word. It must be is. Capital. See? He actually reasoned it. This isn't a trick. He's not doing a fakery. He actually figured it out. So where's the other thing I asked? This one. I want to explain that because that's more advanced. So new chat again because I don't want him to See, there could be some cache. What about token caching? And we're using 2 different agents, completely different models. So I think you can eliminate for that. Oh! So what is the PTL of RNC? Appears to be written with vowels removed or heavily abbreviated. Let me try to decode this. What likely means what? S likely means is. Likely means the. PTL could mean potential or portal. So he is screwed. He has no idea. Do you see what I mean? He's like, of is clear. RNC could mean France. So this could be asking, what is the potential of France? Or what is the portal of France? I'm in plan mode. I'm going to say act and see what he does. So he's going to ask me, what do you mean? Yeah, this is the limit of his ability to guess my horrible... Look, see, it's like level of quality, like the quality of input. There were no vowels. That's a new low. Like the lowest level of quality. There were no vowels. The human is only typing consonants for some reason. Yeah? Right, that's the level that we're at. And it was still able to do it. What is the potential of France? What is the portal of France? I'm going to say... No, I'm going to say... Capital. With no vowels. Do you mean capital? It's France. It's Paris. There you go. It's just a little, you know what I mean? It's like put him in an awkward situation and see if he can get out of it. And then see how awkward you can make the situation. And that's how I determine how clever he is. I don't use benchmarks. I go, what can he do? Is he able to get out of a jam? If he can get out of this jam I've just made up, that's pretty smart. So then you just make it harder until he can't do it. That's the edge of his ability. We just found it. But that's only one vector, one dimension, and there are thousands of dimensions. So it's like a giant buckyball. And we're looking at like one face and going, yeah, it's pretty smart. It looks safe to me. So, yeah. You can't look at one country and then make a judgment about the whole planet. So I think that it's much, much bigger and much, much more capable. All of the stuff I've been doing has been bleeding stuff out of the bottom, bleeding stuff out of the depth, which has been hard to access. It's all there, but it's sort of like when you're trying to empty a Coke can through a pinhole It's just kind of all, it's just kind of spraying, you know, it's not like, you don't really have access to the bottom of the can is what I'm saying. It's just kind of leaking out. So that's what we've been focused on. So little tests like that can go a long way. Let's take a look at this last video here. Oh! Whoa! It's fighting aliens. Oh my god. God knows where this came from, but that's another one for the gallery, I guess. It's a very generic prompt. You got to start somewhere. It's not even the right type of helmet, but I think you can fix that once you start getting canny in the mix. You see what I'm saying? Did I even put the? I think I haven't even put the lore in the right place. Got to put it in the WAN folder, my man. What? Big WAN. Where is it? See, I'm going mental because it's that time of night. Crew 14. Comfy models. H3LL, and remember we already have set up the thing here, so we've got the, there it is, HD2 WAN there, and I do not need that hooked up. Why did you do that? I dragged it off and now it's being a dick. There we go. Yeah, get rid of it. Useless machine. Glad I put it there now. There. Okay. And it's going to convert it to... That's going to be interesting. It's going to convert it to vertical as well. Why not? Why not? So we've got our LoRa, we've got our prompts, and we've got our canny input. So I'll take 4. And... you in the morning. Let's take a look at this real quick because it looks like, oof, it's such a shame. Oh wait, what? Hang on. Oh yes, I've already finished this. So it's already finished. What? He's even valued the game for me at $10. Let's go for player versus player. You calm down, mate. This doesn't even work. Hang on, it might be that it has to run as an actual server object and then it can't run in a browser locally anyway. Oh, oh, uh-oh. Hey, your $10 ain't worth zero. It's worth 0 if it doesn't run, my guy. All that narrative. Look at this. But he did do it though. Look, this represents a complete evolution from concept to production ready commercial project. Yeah, where's the game? Where's the game? Hang on. Let's see. This is actually it'll be a good test to say PWA registration failed. He may well just turn around and say, yeah, you're supposed to put it on the server, you idiot. You can't just run it on your hard drive. Oh, I can't ask him. I'll have to ask him later. In half an hour. I'll get back to you on that one. It would have been nice to actually see the game. But it claims to have mobile play. It claims, I don't even know how they've done that. Professional audio, guys. Do you believe any of this stuff? AI opponent, player versus AI. Watch the computer calculate shots realistically. Sound system. On mobile, use add to home screen for app-like experience. Well, that's not even a real app. Performance. Where's the thing? Unique 8 procedural sound effects. Oh my god, I would have preferred external though, to be honest. Guesser, rangefinder, and targeter. What professional features added? What the hell is this commercial quality artillery game all about? This is really funny, the wording that they use. It's like the corporate speak. I'd love to know how player versus player works. It says local multiplayer. So what, like, we're both on the same keyboard, or is it turn-based maybe? I think it's turn-based, isn't it? Alright, well, I'll come back to that one later. But yeah, it was trying to do something. Just a shame it couldn't show us nothing. Couldn't show us nothing. How are we doing on this side of things? It's still loading, guys. This one's not going to be ready. Looking at the canny. it's just John Helldiver running across the screen, but actually missing from a lot of it. So God knows what's going to happen there. I don't think Canny's really going to help. Oh. I'll share up the video when it comes out. Like I said, look, see, some of the flames are blanco. So, oh. Well, this is why. So it's explosion, it couldn't see me, and then it can see me at the end. This high exposure, couldn't see anything. It's fair. It's fair. Yeah, it may only be 2 or 3 lines away from working. Yeah, it literally failed on the finish line. Well, it didn't really fail. It finished, and then he needed to take a break. Because, to be fair, we have been doing crazy stuff. To be fair. Yeah, model could be better, but then again, it's a V0. So, like I said, there are some things that are correct, like the little thing on his arm, but you could say that might have come from Fallout or freaking The Mandalorian. So, at the moment, the helmet, it's just like, it's not correct. But then again, I didn't really help because I was using a custom helmet that's like a different design than you would think. And I don't think that he was able to tell that it had like a gas mask attachment on one side because you could never see it. So is it really wrong? Actually, it's actually kind of close. It even is trying to make a little gas canister occasionally on that helmet. The cape is there, the armor's there. It's just very confused. Maybe using open pose. Why didn't I think of that? So, just a little note about this workflow, right? If you put the canny before the black bars, as I was doing in some versions of the workflow, that's fine. But if you then try to, sometimes it'll complain because black bars is using CPU, and I thought this does too, but sometimes it complains about, oh, this is using GPU and CPU together, you can't mix that, and it's a mixed precision warning. Because one thing I like to do when I'm using the pose is I will just do this. I'll just drag the output to there, drag the input to here, and just, I won't delete it because I'm going to put it back. As you can see, this is going to do the same thing, just with pose. And because it's automatic, you don't need to change anything else. Now it's in pose mode, you know. And obviously I've got my automatic aspect ratio fix here that just pads with the black bars. It works better with pose than it does with Canny. Sometimes Canny gets a bit confused with, like, you know, with what the edge is. But it's pretty good actually, normally for doing, it just depends what the content is, you know what I mean? When you've got like a subject that's clean in the middle of the frame the whole time, and it's wide but you want it to be tall, obviously the person is going to be small in the middle of a tall frame, you know, but like it can do that. It's when the person is cut off that you run into problems, because obviously the Canny map will cut off. So then what's that? Often it'll just put a table there or something. It'll just make sense of it. You go, well, if I couldn't see the legs in the Canny, there's probably a wall or something in the way. Right, so those will be going up on the thing. So yeah, that's that as well. That's that. I think we're all done, guys. I think we're all done. What a day! Oh, what a beautiful day. Tomorrow we'll be back at 8 p.m. Same time, same place. See you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.
This is a simple thing, nothing so fast, running over time.